getting multiple requests for birthday cakes. And you know, we're going through the coronavirus. We're all locked down. I hope your family is fine. But Cake Walker is closed for business, unfortunately. But I thought, idea, that I would show you guys or do a demo of just making a cake from start to finish. You know, something easy, so if you have a birthday in your family, somebody at the house and need a birthday cake, you can make it. So I am going to get started, and it's just like a regular box cake. So I'm trying to put together things that you guys have. What I'm going to do is soup it up, make it taste good. So give you my inside secret on how to soup up a box cake and make it taste good. So we have box cake mix. Open this bad boy up. Pour that in there. We got the secret ingredient. This is vanilla pudding. A small box of vanilla pudding. I think it's like 3.4 ounces of pudding. This makes it moist and delicious. Put that in there. All right. Next up is a ½ cup of flour. It kind of gives it, makes your cake a little bit more dense, and it gives it like that homemade kind of look. So ½ cup of flour, ½ cup of sugar, and kind of mix that in just a little bit. Got ½ cup of milk. That in. Another secret ingredient, sour cream. ½ cup of sour cream. 4 eggs. And 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Get the good stuff. 2 teaspoons. And that is it. Mix it up. All mixed in good. And then I have these 8-inch pans. I greased it real good and filled it with parchment paper. So with the parchment paper, all you do is get your parchment paper here, get your pan, get your little rusty pencil right here, not rusty pencil, but a pencil, and trace it around. So you got your circle, and then you cut around your circle, around the inside of your circle, so none of that pencil stuff will get inside. Okay? But that's how you do that. I'm not going to show you the whole thing. And then you grease it, and then you put your parchment paper on the inside. This fills up 2 8-inch pans. Pour your mixture in. ½ of it in there. ½ of it in here. Don't have to be exact, so what you think is half, put it in there. It's all going to go together anyway, so. take your pan, go like that. That gets all the bubbles out of it, makes it even. So you still see a little sour cream in there. That's okay. This one, like that. All right. Then you're all done. All you have to do is put it in the oven, preheated oven, for about 40 to 45 minutes, and that's it. Okay, while my cakes are baking in the oven, getting all good and delicious, I am going to show you how I make my buttercream frosting. Okay, I'm just going to dive right on in. I got my KitchenAid. I'm going to go ahead and use that instead of the hand mixer. You can definitely use your hand mixer if you have one, but for TV purposes, to make it kind of speed up a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and use my baby Lucille. That's my baby. Anyway, I have 2 sticks of butter already in here, and I want to add 1 more stick. We need 3 sticks of butter. And I add about a 1/4 cup of vegetable shortening. I use a little bit of shortening in this recipe because it just makes it creamier. It makes the frosting kind of come together a little creamier and a better little texture with vegetable shortening in there. Trust me, you're not even going to taste it. It's just going to be delicious. Don't worry about it. And then after that, we got flavoring. I got 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. You can use, this is clear. You can also use just the regular vanilla extract. I use clear if you need like a white frosting. If you're coloring your frosting, you can go ahead and use the regular vanilla. But 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Okay, then you go ahead and get that all mixed up in the bowl. Mix it up until it's nice and creamy. Get nice and creamy up in there, like so. Once the cream's in, then we can start adding your powdered sugar. I have 32 ounces bag of powdered sugar. We're going to add this in here slowly. Put it on stir. Make sure you put it on stir, because if you don't have it on stir, it'll just go everywhere. Trust me, I've tried it. It's terrible. Terrible. So put that on stir where it goes really slow, and then just start adding your powdered sugar. Just go ahead and add all of it. Really slow. Take your time. Let that mix on in there. Really slow. While that's mixing, I got water. I'm just going to add a cup of water. If I need more, I'll add some more. But right now, I'm adding a cup of water. And once you get your powdered sugar pretty much dissolved in there, now you can start turning it up. Making it go fast. There we go. Whip it up, whip it up, whip it good, whip it good. All right, look at that. Look at that. Come on, cameraman. Show them what it looks like. All right. Okay, while it's going, I forgot to add the salt. You need salt in there. So, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Just add the salt in there. There we go. Buttercream frosting. Bam! Just like that. See? You want it nice and thick and creamy. Like that. Now it's ready for a cake. Stay tuned. We're gonna work on a cake, a birthday cake! Birthday! It's my birthday! It's my birthday! Stay tuned. Be right back. Welcome to Cake Walker. Welcome back. It is time. It's time. It's time. I got my cakes done. I got my buttercream done. Now we are ready to frost a cake and make it beautiful. Our birthday cake. You ready? Let's do this. Let's do this. So we have our cakes right here. And I'm just gonna take my butter knife and bring it around here just to make it come out, to help the cake come out. I'll use this for now. Take this and turn it over. Check it out. Bam! See how it comes out so easy? So easy. Make sure you take your parchment paper out. You don't want to be eating that. So take that out. And I have this cake board. It's the same size as the cake board. You can get them at the dollar store. Dollar store is your friend, so use them. So you get the cake board at the dollar store. Get you some frosting, some good old frosting. Spread that on there like so. And then take your cake and put it on there. Go. Now this cake, I like to make it flat, a little bit as flat as I can get it so I can stack the other cake on top so it can kind of fit a little bit better and not be all round and crooked and stuff. So I take a serrated knife and I kind of trim it a little bit, trim that little muffin top off to make it more even. That way the other layer can just slide right on there. So just kind of take some off. You can give this to the kids and eat it yourself. It's delicious, let me tell you. Take that off. I want to get it as flat as I can. Okay. Now take my other. I think I already take off on here. Boom! Love it when they come out. Yeah, the parchment paper and just grease it with some shortening and your cake will come right on out. Like that. All right. Take that. Get me some frosting to put on top. See, and I just got just a regular old butter knife. We taking it old school. Butter knife, just whatever. I know everybody got a butter knife at home. So if you don't have one of those little fancy little spatulas that us bakers use, you can get a butter knife. Butter knife. Just put that on top of there. Be right in your middle layer and just dip it on there like so. Just turn it a little bit. I just hold it so it won't move. Hold it and turn it. Just slide it right on there, just like so. Easy, easy, easy. Slide it. Cool. Then take your other layer and put it on top. Like so. So the gaps or whatever we'll fill in with frosting so it make it nice and even and flat. But you want this flat right here, that's why we cut it. Okay? So we're all good. So I got this little plate, this little cake platter from the dollar store. Remember, it's my friend, dollar store. Got this plate that we're gonna just end up just having our cake on top of. I'll put a little frosting on here so our cake won't slide around. Put it on there like that, right in the middle where it's all pretty. All right. And then what we're going to do is what we call a crumb coat. And all that is just put a light layer of frosting on there, and it kind of gathers all the crumbs around there. That way when you actually frost, you won't have all those crumbs in your finished product. So we're just going to just take some and just swipe it around. But yeah, normally you dip some extra frosting, your crumb coat frosting, in a separate bowl. That way you won't get crumbs on there. But since I didn't do it and I don't feel like going to get in the bowl, I'm just going to go ahead and roll with this and just not mess with the other side of the bowl that has the fresh frosting. But yeah, you just slide it on here. Nice little thin coat, and then fill in that gap. If your cake is really moist and it's kind of coming apart, put it in the refrigerator a little bit. Let it get a little cool. That way it won't crumble up as much when it's a little firm. This one looks like it's doing pretty good. I have one of these turntables. You can use a Lazy Susan. Lazy Susan is good. If you don't have a turntable, you just put it and just turn it. Turn it while it's on the counter. And that will work. Okay, so crumb coat. All done with the crumb coat. See? All right, now we're ready. Okay, I added a little bit more frosting to our cake to make it less see-through. That way, when you add your decorative frosting, you won't see through it in case you miss a spot. So it's always good to cover it as best as you can. So when you do your finished product, you don't see the crust of the cake. Now, remember I told you dollar store. Dollar store, dollar store is the best thing since sliced bread. You can just get so many things. So we have this cake decorating kit that I got from the dollar store. It has some piping bags in here, and it has some decorative tips. Normally comes with 3, a star tip, this, whatever, I don't know what that is, and then a circle tip. This is what we're going to use. We're going to use the circle tip. The circle tip is really small. It's a small circle there. I need it a little bit wider, so I just kind of cut off the tip because I want a little bit more frosting coming through here. So I cut off the tip here, like so. Watch myself so it won't fly all over the place. Boom. So now you got a bigger circle there. See? Bigger circle. There we go. All right, and then you take your piping bag and you line it, the corner of the bag, the close corner of the bag, along with your tip. You kind of put that tip right on the corner there, and on your tip you'll have some lines. On this one I got like 2 lines there. I want to cut right where that second line is, kind of equals to the bag. Just cut right there, that way this tip will go through. So just cut like so. And then you take your tip and you put it in the bag. Put it in the bag, go all the way down until it gets tight. Just like that. It gets tight. And then you get a little cup like so. You take your bag, put your bag in the cup, and then you kind of bend the bottom of your bag over the sides of the cup. And you kind of open it a little bit so you can put your frosting in there. Get your frosting. Take some of your frosting. You don't want to overfill your bag or it's just going to be a big mess. So just kind of fill it like halfway a little bit, just so you can work with it. It's easier to work with your bag less filled. Just put that in there. A little bit more. A little bit more. Like that. Okay. And you got your bag with your frosting in there, see? And you take it, kind of close it up a little bit. Close it up, twist it around like that. And then squeeze, 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 squeeze until you see your frosting come out. Now you're ready to decorate. Make sure you twist your bag real good like that. And then I got this little tie, I just put it around. So that way you won't have your frosting coming back at you. Butter knife. Butter knife is your friend. We're going to decorate this whole cake with a butter knife. What I want to do is kind of start my line of where I want to start decorating and make sure it's a straight line. So I just take my butter knife and I just put it down the center like that a little bit. Yeah, and kind of make a mark, just a straight line mark of where you want to start like that. You see that? Every now and then you gotta check it to make sure your frosting is not going sideways. So you just take it and you squeeze, 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 squeeze. Stop squeezing. So you want all your circles to be about that size. So I want to count my squeezes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 squeezes and then stop. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop. You kind of keep your tip a little bit. Don't put it right on the cake. Take it a little bit off the cake and let your frosting grow. Okay, so just like that. You just kind of want to make your circles just as close as size as you can. It doesn't have to be perfect. Like I said, this is an easy cake and all we're using is a butter knife. It's by the time we are done, you're not even gonna know if it's all the same size, but just as close as you can. You want to get it as close as you can as far as the size. And then you take your butter knife and you go right in the middle of that circle and then you spread it like that. Okay? Same thing on this. Go right in the middle of the circle, press down and spread like that. Middle, press down and spread like that. Middle, press down and spread. So it's kind of, your frosting kind of looks like a C a little bit. Middle and spread. Okay, then you take your piping bag again, right at the end of that spread. You can kind of see where it left off. You want to start your next row right there. So go ahead and just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make it a little bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop squeezing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop squeezing. Now we want to finish it up. So we put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uh-oh, don't want to stay. You don't want to stay, you kind of press it on a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Spread it. That was a little bigger, but it's okay. Spread it. Spread it. Spread it. And spread. The last row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You take it just as much as you can. Kind of swipe it up. Swipe it in there a little bit. Swipe it a little bit. Not going to be perfect, but get as much as you can. Swipe it. It's going to be a back. It's going to be the backer cake. Then I'll take it. And so see, you're all done. Looks great. Great, great. Also have another way to do this. A little bit easier, so you won't have to keep doing, going back and forth with the butter knife. All you do is squeeze 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Stop squeezing, and then kind of scrape down a little bit with your tip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then scrape down with your tip. Kind of do the same motion that you would do with the butter knife. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scrape down with your tip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scrape down with your tip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scrape. All right, we're done with our cake. We just add a little sprinkles on there. Sprinkle, sprinkle, sprinkle. Sprinkle, and that's beautiful. We put a little happy birthday thing right there. And there you go, birthday cake, birthday cake. You can make these any color. I actually made one of these rainbow color, and it was beautiful. Actually, I'm gonna post it on my page too, so you can see how that turned out. But any color, it'll be just fine. While I'm at it, thinking about sprinkles, I'm gonna show you a real quick way to do a sprinkle cake that everybody's doing. You see everywhere. I just got this small cake, and you just frosted. You add a little bit more frosting than you did with the crumb coat on this one, because this is all the frosting you're gonna get on this cake. So we just go ahead and just frost it. You get it as smooth as you can. You don't have to really worry about it getting really smooth, because the sprinkles are going to cover all your mistakes. Piece of parchment paper, put that right on top of there, and you go ahead and pick up your cake. And I just got a cookie sheet full of sprinkles on top of parchment paper, and you just roll your cake right in there. Just roll it, press it a little hard, roll, roll, roll. Make sure your parchment paper doesn't get in the way. Roll. And finish rolling it. Okay. And what you don't miss, you just roll back over it. Make sure. Get that in there. Isn't that pretty? Simple. Just like that. Then you take the parchment paper off. So here. And you get your sprinkles. You know what? Let me take this because I see this is going to be a big mess. Take this. And I'm going to put it on my cookie sheet. Cake on the cookie sheet. That way, if your sprinkles go everywhere, they'll go right on the cookie sheet. And you can reuse these sprinkles. Take this and just sprinkle all on top, like so. Like so. Get it off. Awesome! Doesn't that look good? Sprinkle cake! There we go. This. Put some ribbon around it. Like so. Put your crown on there. See that? Isn't that awesome? So, we got not one, but two cakes you made all by yourself. Oh, everybody's just gonna be so happy. The birthday person is gonna love you, your family's gonna love you, they're gonna think you are a genius, a decorating genius. Well, that is it. If you have any questions or any comments, just leave it in the comment section. I'll make sure I'll answer it. I'll leave all of the recipes and everything on my site. So I just thank you for watching me. Welcome